Hey, welcome to Create, Reach, Inspire. My name's James Mulvaney. How are you doing? You know what they say about the difficult second album, or the difficult second episode in this case, because I recorded this the other day and I've just realised that I was kind of going back to edit it and it just didn't come across very well. So here I am again, recording it again for the second time. Goes back to one of my 3 sassy rules from last week. Perseverance is absolutely key.
Click createreachinspire.com for all the juicy bits.
I'm not going to start telling you or lecturing you and giving you sort of marketing systems or explaining, what sort of content hacks you can do, because there's tons of stuff like that on the internet already. However, I am very passionate about marketing and I do like to implement content strategy in my business. I've been really using it for the past 10 years with tremendous success. And in fact, in 2019, I think it's more important than ever to become really, really clear on your content strategy, no matter what field of business you're in. Here's some numbers from our business. We've had over 5 million page views generated last year, entirely due to content, and not just written content, but video content, audio content. I think audio is very important these days. And also, hundreds of thousands of opt-ins to our various newsletters. And this is across a couple of different brands that I run. You might be thinking these figures aren't huge. Well, they are pretty large considering we're in very niche streaming businesses. We're not a publishing organisation, we're not running Facebook profiles that post pictures of cats or anything like that. But this is really niche, highly targeted, focused traffic, which will convert into customers for us. And it's always worked really, really well for me. Now, back in 2009 was when I sort of first discovered video online, probably a little bit ahead of the curve then. It was really simple to create, stunningly effective way of generating lots of leads back then, because you could upload a video on YouTube, give it what title you wanted, and those titles would tend to rank really, really well. It wasn't rocket science, and you could just kind of funnel off these different keywords, stuff like how to do X, and then all you do is put a bit of a teaser at the end saying, for the rest of this video, please head to this page and opt in, and I could just upload presentations and stuff like that. Nowadays, I think the algorithms have kind of got a bit more intelligent because they can kind of see into what your video is, and you need to spend time getting video right and making it decent quality and making it something that people will genuinely engage with. But I've generated several thousand leads doing that back in 2009, and we've continued to do it ever since. In fact, I actually remember going back maybe the year after that, I pitched to a local council. This was when I was still at university. Pitched to a council in 2010, and they just didn't get it. They didn't see the value of video, or really the value of content, of using it as a communication tool. And I guess the guy failed to see how it would be useful. But of course, now everyone's using video. It doesn't matter if you're a business or you're a public sector organisation. But back then it was really easy. Google was really pushing YouTube results in the sort of search engine rankings, and you'd see videos sort of sprinkled in with the standard web page results, which isn't as common these days. So that begs the question, how do we do it now? But the one thing I did notice about this particular system, which has rung true, and this is really what I wanted this episode to be about, is the concept of this. It generates a huge amount of goodwill in the marketplace, in your marketplace or my marketplace, whatever crowd you're selling to. If you're producing good quality content that's helping people out, you will generate goodwill. And I like to think of a really simple formula when we're creating content, which is content plus goodwill equals sales leads. What I mean by this is you're not just generating content for the sake of content. You're not kind of creating some crappy articles and just changing around the text and copying and pasting. But you've actually got to focus in on how to really deliver some value to your marketplace, which in turn will, if you do the right things and you have a good funnel in place, turn into some lovely sales leads for your business. I'll give an example about 2009 and how video was kind of this new thing, and it was really easy to sort of hack the system and get good quality sales leads back then. But I do believe that goodwill and building goodwill in a marketplace is a good idea, and if you're not doing this, you should be starting right now. So fast forward to 2015, just a few years ago, which was the year we launched Radio.co, and I firmly believe that the goodwill that I'd kind of stacked over the years was immediately responsible for taking the company from zero to £20,000 in revenue in its first month of trading. So within a space of a month, we'd already built a £250,000 turnover year business after launching. And here's the thing, it was a completely brand new company and a new product offering in the market. But the thing I wasn't new to was the market itself. And I'd really focused on stacking the goodwill the prior sort of 5 years to that, using video by teaching people how to do stuff and showing people stuff. So as soon as I launched a product in that market, people were familiar with me, potential customers knew what I was about, and potential customers really knew what we were capable of delivering. And thus, we created a very successful product very, very quickly. All right, and here's the deal. Even in 2019, the chances are a lot of your competitors probably aren't really doing this still. I mean, it's not particularly a secret anymore. Video is successful, and that's out there. That fact has been out there at least 5 years, probably more like 8 years now, to be honest. There's still not a lot of people thinking about actually delivering real value to customers in advance and giving them some kind of results in advance before they've actually put their hand into their wallet and parted with their cash, or put their credit card details in on your order form, or however you want to say it. And as I said earlier, I think the secret is really giving value to people up front, not just kind of bullshit, faked, rehashed kind of material, or, somehow cheating the system, or basically just trying to sell to people in every single bit of content you create. And, just remember that simple formula I mentioned before. Creating good quality content with authority, so authoritative content in your marketplace, which will create goodwill. And if you correctly capture and nurture those leads, turn into sales for you and your business. It doesn't really matter what space you're in. You're creating that good karma machine, and it's going round and round, and it will automatically come back and pay dividends to you and your business. So that is my mantra when it comes to creating content. Remember, you can subscribe to get the latest episode directly into your podcast app. Just go to createreachinspire.com. I'll speak to you again in just 2 weeks' time.
Subscribe today at createreachinspire.com.